Detroit, Michigan. The year is 2006. In the heart of the city's bustling 911 emergency center, an ordinary Tuesday is about to spiral into one of the most chilling mysteries the department has ever faced. Operator Janet Williams is on her 100th call of the shift when her screen flashes an error. The incoming number is an impossible sequence of digits, a phantom line the system can't even process. She hesitates, then answers. 911, what's your emergency? The sound that greets her isn't the usual static from a bad connection. It's thick, heavy, as if the air itself has been shattered and pieced back together. Janet adjusts her headset. Hello? Can you hear me? If you can't talk, press any key. Silence. Then something else emerges from the digital noise. Breathing. Faint. Uneven. A desperate struggle against some invisible weight. Janet signals her supervisor. The clock ticks. 2 minutes and 13 seconds later, the line goes dead. This was just the beginning. Over the next few months, the calls kept coming, always from that same impossible number, always lasting exactly 2 minutes and 13 seconds, and always carrying that same disturbing mix of static and labored breathing. After the 15th call, the case lands on the desk of Detective Marcus Thompson. A 20-year veteran of the Detroit PD, Thompson thought he'd seen it all. He was wrong. The address linked to the phantom calls pointed to a housing complex on Cass Avenue, the Grandview Apartments. There was just one chilling problem. That building was demolished in 1999, Thompson told his partner Sarah Chen, staring at the city records. The Grandview had been condemned after a catastrophic fire in '98, a fire that claimed 23 lives. They drove to the site. Where a 9-story building once stood, there was now just an empty, weed-choked parking lot. Thompson swept the area with a signal detector. Nothing. No transmission source, no active phone lines, nothing that could explain where these calls were coming from. It was a digital ghost. The real shock, however, came from the forensic tech division. A young technician named David Park, looking visibly shaken, presented his analysis of the audio. At first, I thought it was just standard electromagnetic interference, he began, his hands trembling slightly. But when I isolated the audio layers, when I enhanced the clarity, he played the processed file. And there, buried beneath the static, were voices, fragments of conversations, muffled screams, and desperate pleas for help. Detective Thompson felt a cold dread wash over him. He recognized the cadence, the panic. These were recordings of real 911 calls. But here's the impossible part, Park continued, his voice low. These recordings, they're from the calls made during the Grandview fire, back in 1998. Chen shook her head in disbelief. That can't be right. How could recordings from 8 years ago just start broadcasting themselves? Park's next words hung heavy in the air. They're not recordings, he interrupted. I compared them to the original tapes from the archive. The voices are identical, but the words are different. It's like the same people are making new calls. The 25th call came on a stormy night in November. This time, operator Janet Williams was ready, with extra recording equipment running. As she answered, the static felt more violent, angrier than before. Then a voice cut through the noise, clear as day. A child's voice. Please, smoke! I can't find my mom. Janet froze. She knew that voice. It was 7-year-old Emily Patterson, who had died on the 3rd floor of the Grandview. Janet had been the one to take her original, frantic call back in '98. She had never forgotten the sound of that little girl's terror. Emily, Emily, where are you? She pleaded into the headset. But the voice continued, oblivious, trapped in its own horrifying loop. It's too hot. The door won't open. Mummy said to call you. Exactly 2 minutes and 13 seconds later, the line went silent. Thompson, now obsessed, dug deeper into the original fire report. The first emergency calls from the Grandview Apartments had come in at 2:13 a.m. The fire, which started in the basement, had quickly cut off the main escape routes, trapping dozens of residents. 2 minutes and 13 seconds, Thompson murmured, the pieces clicking into place. 2:13 a.m. That can't be a coincidence. With each new call, the mystery deepened. The 30th call brought a new, terrifying layer. When Park analyzed the audio, he found more than just voices. He found ambient sounds, the unmistakable crackling of wood, the groan of twisting metal, and the distant, hungry roar of flames. These were the sounds of a building burning down. A building that hadn't existed for 7 years. Even more disturbing were the overlapping fragments of speech. The voices weren't just begging for rescue anymore. They were begging to find the way out, to go back, to wake up from this nightmare. It was as if the callers were not only reliving the moment of their deaths, but were somehow aware of their impossible, looping reality. Thompson spent sleepless nights poring over the recordings. In one of them, he swore he heard his own name whispered by an unfamiliar voice, a ghostly echo from a place beyond time. Then, in January of 2008, the 37th and final call came. This time, there was no static. The line opened with chilling, crystal clarity. A woman spoke, her voice calm but filled with an ancient, profound sorrow. "We tried. Every night at 2:13, we tried to reach you, to warn you. But time doesn't work the way it should here. We're stuck in the moment, repeating, waiting for someone, anyone to hear us, to help us escape." Her voice faltered for a moment, then returned with haunting resignation. "But now we understand. There is no escape. There never was. Only the loop, the eternal fire, the call that's never answered." A pause, then a final, chilling instruction. "Don't look for us anymore. Some places guard their dead too jealously." The call lasted exactly 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Then, for the last time, it ended, and they never came again. The case was officially closed, labeled technological interference of unknown origin. The audio files were sealed, and everyone involved was ordered to never speak of it again. Detective Thompson retired a year later. But in a quiet, off-the-record interview, he shared a thought that still haunts those who know the full story. "Those weren't recordings from the past," he said. "They were live transmissions, from people trapped in a time loop, reliving their final moments for eternity. And the worst part, I think they knew, and there was nothing they could do but keep calling, hoping someone someday might save them from a fire that never stops burning." To this day, the lot where the Grandview once stood remains empty. Locals sometimes report seeing faint lights on foggy nights, ghostly windows hanging in the empty air where they no longer exist. And some swear that if you listen closely at 2:13 in the morning, you can still hear the distant phantom sound of phones ringing in the dark, phones that no one can answer anymore. A chilling reminder that some cries for help echo forever, even after there's no one left to save them. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as chilling as I did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more dives into the unexplained. Stay safe out there.